Yes, people, and welcome back to another transfer show. I hope everyone is well, and if you are all well, let me know how your day is going, people. Smash that like button, get subscribing to the channel, as we are on that road to 2,000. We're less than 2,000 away. I think we're about 285 subs away from 2K. We're looking to get there before the start of the new Premier League season. And we've got a lot to talk about. We've got Luis Diaz, Alexander Isak, Hugo Ekitike, Darwin Núñez, Harvey Elliott, and a lot more. People, I'm also going to be doing a slight call-in show. So if you want to join the stream, I'm going to put the link in the chat. You know what? I'll copy it right now. If you want to jump on the show, let me copy that for you. And then what we'll do is we'll pin the message as well. So there you go. Big up to everyone inside. Get these likes smashed, get subscribing. And we're now starting the show. Big up to Jacob in the house. Big up, smash the likes. Yo. How are you? I'm good, sir. Big up to Ant Dicko in the house. People, we're not messing about. We're getting driving straight into the news. These are the reports from Fabrizio Romano that Liverpool have rejected an approach from Bayern Munich for Luis Diaz after a call made by director Max Ilber. Liverpool insist on intention to keep Luis Diaz with no plans to negotiate. Bayern have been informed there's still no agreement close over a new deal for Liverpool at Liverpool Football Club. I've got a couple of thoughts and opinions on this now and how I think it's gonna work. So basically, the reason why I think Liverpool have actually rejected the bid's rejection from Bayern Munich is actually simply down to the fact I think they want a bidding war, Saudi to get involved, etc., to get involved in the deal. That's what I think they want because they know Bayern Munich and Barcelona are not going to pay the asking price that they simply want. That's just my opinion. And I think personally, Liverpool would sell him. I've seen a couple of people say maybe the club just do not want to sell him, the squad overhaul. I think it's simply down to Liverpool can get a bidding war with Luis Diaz. They simply know at some point Al Nassr are going to come in for Luis Diaz, and that is what I believe they are currently waiting for. Then I think they will assess their situations because I just don't get how you can let a player of Luis Diaz's quality and caliber who can get a really good fee for go down into his final 2 years of his contract. That just doesn't sit right with me. So I got a really feeling that Saudi now are going to come in for him in the next week, whether that is within a bid, an inquiry about Luis Diaz, and we'll see what happens and to go from there. So I think that's going to be interesting to keep an eye on. Also, many other people have spoken about the situation as well. Let me bring it up for you. This is what Chris Bankbom is how you pronounce his name. Luis Diaz is valued well north of 70 million by Liverpool. The club do not want to sell the winger as they would find a replacement, which they do not want on their agenda. But then there's also reports, guys, that Liverpool do want to go and get a left winger. Florian Plettenberg coming out and saying that last night. I'll bring that tweet up for you. This is what he had to say, that Liverpool are looking for a top class in the left wing market. So that is that indicating, is that him just trying to get the asking price of Luis Diaz up more? We're going to have to wait and see on that situation. Ben Jacobs has also given his thoughts and feelings and reports on the situation. I can bring that up for you. The Liverpool have formally rejected an attempt from Bayern Munich to engage over Luis Diaz. Bayern chief Max Oberl has been informed LFC have no intention or desire to enter discussions, with communication ended immediately. Following an approach last night, it is the second time this summer that Liverpool have taken this stance, having issued the same message to Barcelona earlier in the window. Liverpool don't plan to entertain or bids for Diaz. They have been sent a clear message to the Colombian is not for sale. Al Nassr yet to make an approach to Liverpool despite viewing Diaz as their top wing target. It would take a crazy offer for Liverpool to reconsider what is firm and consistent not for sale position. This is interesting. People in the chat, let me know what your thoughts and feelings are. Let's read some of the comments. Apparently, we've offered Napoli, Chiesa, and Nunes for Osimhen and 17 million. Yes, I have seen that. We are gonna 100% dive into that. Saudi would offer more money straight up, exactly, because the Barcelona offered us like, what was it, 40 million? Like, that's just a joke. Like, let's be realistic. That is not going to be accepted. You know, like, who in their right mind thought that would actually be accepted? Like, let's come on, that. Let's just be realistic here. Do you know what I mean? Al Nassr just loaned Duran as well. Yes, they're going to want to bring in an attacker. Whoever drops 70 on the table, I think LFC would take it. I think if it's 70 million plus cash, I think they do accept it. Yes. Smash the likes, people, and get them up. Yeah, how many likes are we on chat? We're on 13 likes. We're aiming for 50 likes in today's stream, so we're only on 13. Let's try and get these up to 20 quickly as possible. Get them up. Barca paying in Spotify vouchers. Yeah, we'll give everyone in the fan base, everyone a free Spotify 1 year membership for the club, for everyone. So yeah, that's what Barcelona must have been offering, because thinking that was going to be accepted was ridiculous. Barca can't even register Osimhen. I believe they have actually registered Osimhen now. I thought they've registered him by now. I swear they've registered him now. And obviously this was the tweet from Christian Fulk last night that things are getting serious between Bayern and Luis Diaz. Max Oberl has now made concrete approach to the Colombian winger. Concrete figures were discussed in order to prepare an offer. Diaz is open to a move away from Liverpool. So if he's open to a move away from Liverpool, surely Liverpool potentially would sell and just get the money. Because, like I said, there was that we do want to go and potentially bring in that winger that Liverpool also want to bring in. So I'm intrigued to see how this is going to escalate now. Because if Al Nassr come in and say, look, here is 70 million plus 10 million add-ons or 15 million add-ons, right? If Liverpool say no, I think we don't. I don't think we sell him. I would be shocked if we sold him from that standpoint of view. From then, I would be shocked if Liverpool do end up moving him on. You know, I would be shocked with that. But yeah, what's this? Toby said that he can't. Sure, he's the head of La Liga. Big up to Curtis in the chat, mate. Hope you are well. Let me see what else is on here. Do I think he will leave? Do I think he will LFC Diaz? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Let me know. Leave. Oh, do I think he will leave? I think if an offer really does come in for him, I'll be shocked if Liverpool potentially turn it down, mainly due to the fact of maybe they just see that as we can't say no to money like that. Do you know what I mean? I just don't think. Surely not. Surely Liverpool would not turn down that much money for a player that's got 2 years left in his contract, etc., on the money he's on, and he's actually willing to leave the football club. I would be shocked. Surely we don't turn that type of money down. But then yet again, I feel like Slot is actually a massive fan of Diaz. We saw how many times he played last season. I feel like he loves him. So I would not be shocked if, in my opinion, if he doesn't leave. That's just what I'm thinking. Let me just update this. Let me go to that. There we go. Diaz not leaving LFC, and those are very, very, very good news. So you're happy about keeping him? I assume that's what you are happy about. See Travelers left like Isiali going back to Brazil into the season. I did see that. I did. I saw an emotional video about him as well. No, we're going to be bringing that up later in the stream. What else we got? Right, let me see what they. What should we bring up next, chat? Because there's a lot to go through. There is a lot to go through when regarding the Reds. Any Isak news? There is a bit of Isak news, yes, from what I saw. Talk on Isak. I always do this thing, right? Because everyone in the chat always just want to talk about Alexander Isak. We will speak on Isak when we get to 25 likes. How about that? 17 likes. We get to 25 likes. I will speak on Alexander Isak. That is a deal I will make with the chat. I will speak on Isak as soon as we get to 25 likes. Also, people, by the way, we're 4 subscribers from 1,720. We're currently on that road to 2,000. Have you noticed the club's goodbyes all apart from 12s? Yeah, I did see that. I was going to tweet about it, but I thought, nah, I'll lay off today. But yeah, so yeah, let's go. We'll come back to the Luis Diaz chat later. So we'll go through some stuff that Liverpool have actually personally tweeted today. So yeah, Liverpool have confirmed the new appointments with Arne Slot's coaching staff that Giovanni Van Bronckhorst and Xavi Vallarlo. By the way, used to be Rangers manager. He was there just the season just gone. What else? What else did I got to get to this? Yeah, obviously Jarell Quansah has officially left the football club. That is confirmed that Liverpool have completed the transfer from Liverpool to Bayern Leverkusen. Everyone at LFC would like to wish Jarell his contributions and wish him the very best in his future. It's not bad. 35 million buyback clause. Very good piece of business. Now, where did I see this stuff regarding this? Let me just put that tab back up there for you. So, guys, if you want to talk Alexander Isak, like a lot of people want to, we will talk on Mr. Isak when we get to 25 likes. So yeah, basically, yeah, Alisson. Now, if you haven't seen, guys, Tafel has left, and a lot of people are linking the thinking that is going to be Alisson going. This makes me sad, man. Because Alisson actually has 2 years left on his contract, by the way. A lot of people don't know this, that Alisson actually has 2 years left. So it's getting to the point now where basically all Liverpool either need to sell him or move him on. Me personally, I'd rather let him go run his contract down for free. No offense to Maradashvili, he's not better than Alisson Becker. For me personally, I want to keep Alisson at the football club forever. If it was genuinely up to me, Alisson would stay at the football club for another 4 or 5 years. Because goalkeepers don't really decline. Like, it's the goalkeepers don't really decline with age. Like, that's the one position on the pitch where, as goalkeepers get older, you can kind of rely on. Like, look at some of the legends, and Alisson is a legend of the game. You look at Buffons, you look at your Neuers of this world in recent times. So I feel like for me, Alisson, I'm praying he stays. I'm praying he stays. Big up to CJ in the chat. Hope you are well, mate. Was when Madden Guinness? Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Smash the likes and subscribe, or you're a Darwin. Yeah, guys, I'm calling. If Casey has said that if you don't smash the likes, you are a Darwin Nunes. If you do smash the likes, you are in fact an Alexander Isak. So yeah, we'll bring that back up just there, and we'll get into some bits and more of the news. And big up to Antico, he did say that if you don't know, this is what came out this morning. Liverpool have offered a swap package of Darwin Nunes, Federico Chiesa, and 17 million for Victor Osimhen. Now, this could be a good way of getting Nunes off the books. If Liverpool are struggling to get him off the books, you use a potential swap deal package that involves Victor Osimhen. The proposal is currently being evaluated by the Serie A champions, with negotiations continuing on additional cash demands. I don't get it, right? So if Napoli are willing to leave, let him leave for 63 million, let's say. Let's say they're willing to let him go for 63 million quid. Surely, basing off that logic, right? If they're letting him go for that much, me personally, I feel like how much do they value Darwin at? So if they value Darwin Nunes at, let's say, 40 million quid. Let's just get this straight. 40 million quid for Darwin Nunes, right? But Victor Osimhen, they value him at what, 63, 65 million pounds. They want to get him out of the club. So you've got a 40 million pound player plus a player that you probably value around about 15 million. That's about 55 million. And then you want an additional near enough 20 million pounds on top. For me, I'd rather go and sell them separate, because I feel like overall we can actually save some money. Good man, hope you're doing well. Did you see the All Madrid game last night? I didn't watch, I'll be honest. Although I was on a show last night, and I remember a couple of people in the chat did mention it. Maradashvili is flying in. Yep, big up. Nunes, Chiesa, and 17 mil is generous for one player. Mate, you mention this every day. Newcastle looks like they are going to get James Stratford. MARC, GUEHI, no. Anthony Elanga, yes. What was I gonna put up? Let's do a poll, right? Osimhen, Victor Osimhen, or Isak. Let me know. I'm intrigued, and I'm talking not as a player. Who would you just want to see at the club? That could include based on value and who you just naturally prefer, etc. Let me know in the poll. Who would you rather see come to the football club? Victor Osimhen or Alexander Isak? Let me know. I'm intrigued because a lot of people like Victor Osimhen. So, yeah, get voting on the poll. On 24 likes. Big up to everyone inside. We are 25 likes away from the like target, and we're aiming to keep pushing to get there. Right. Probably an AI, but they don't spam. Yeah. Be interesting to see how Diaz reacts, but it gets rejected. I think Luis Diaz actually wants to go. I feel like he's happy and content with Liverpool, but if a really good offer comes in, so it's not about how are you. He's actually going to Liverpool. He's actually going to Liverpool. Well, Isak is currently winning the poll by 64% to Osimhen's 36%. Yeah, I think Isak is going to clearly win that poll if I'm being honest. But yeah, guys, 5 more likes and we will get the Isak train for you. Obviously, the Jarell Quansah actually completed his move. He's done all his Bayern Munich stuff. A breakdown of the Jarell Quansah deal: internal 30 million, 5 million add-ons, a buyback clause of around 51 million plus add-ons which can be activated from 2027. Superb business. This is brilliant business because you're getting 35 million for a player that a lot of people don't seem good enough for the football club, and you're getting a buyback of 51 million plus. So if in 2 years' time you regret this decision, he's absolutely done amazing at Leverkusen, you then go and get him 51 million. That's brilliant planning him, because we know in the next 2 years we're going to have to go through a massive centre-back haul with Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahim Konate, hence why I'm bringing them up, GUEHI, etc. That is brilliant, smart business from Liverpool. I'll be intrigued though if there is a sell-on clause in that. Also, there was a couple of other bits on. We'll go back to the Luis Diaz chat because this is coming out that online suggestions over Diaz's wage packet were robustly dismissed by Anfield insiders last year, and it's understood the attacker earns 140 grand a week. I doubt that. I doubt he's gone from 17 grand to 140 grand a week at Liverpool. I very much doubt that to a high degree. I would be shocked if that was certainly definitely the case. Other stuff I did wanted to bring up. Obviously, Paul Joyce indicating also that Diaz has left 2 years left in his contract, and Liverpool have shown no little indication to offer him a new deal. Isak is currently winning that poll. Let's start a banging new poll for you, right? Give Diaz a new contract or sell. New contract and then sell. Now, sell could just be any price. It could be 70 million, it could be 5 million quid. Just give me your thoughts and opinions. New contract, or would you sell Mr. Luis Diaz? Let me know. Let me know down below, people. Big up to everyone. Instantly 60% already people are saying sell Mr. Diaz. Okay. I don't mind Osimhen, but if he'll leave AFCON, then bringing him won't be getting us anywhere. I don't get the understanding of why people worry about AFCON. I really don't. I can people act like AFCON is going on for months and months. It's actually 5 games. And guys, look at the games. Look at our AFCON games. Like, no disrespect to these teams, right? But these are games that we should be winning. Like, it starts from Wolves, right? We beat Wolves. No offense. We beat Leeds. We're at home twice. Fulham, okay, could be close, but I'll still fancy us to come out. Burnley, we win. Then he's back. He's back for Bournemouth. It's only Arsenal away at our features where it's like, damn, okay, that's the tough one. Arsenal away, that's been tough there in recent years. So I don't know why people always worry about AFCON too much. I actually I don't get the perception there. If an offer comes in for Diaz over 65 mil, then sell him, bring in Leao, Rodrigo, or Kudus, his replacements. Leao, not for me. Rodrigo, yes, 100%. Kudus, if I'm bringing him Ahmed Kudus, I do want to see Liverpool bring in someone alongside him, though, like a Malick Fofana, because I don't think Mohamed Kudus is a guy to be able to go and get you really good goals and assists, which is what I want in my winger. So that's what I want to, see happen. We underperformed in January a lot, and not having Osimhen at the time would be even more of a handicap. We always do well when players go to AFCON, though. Like, when it was AFCON, in Klopp's final season, we did really well. We had players like Darwin Núñez, Jota, etc. stepping up. You go back to the previous AFCON, we had players like Fabinho scoring goals, Oxlade-Chamberlain was scoring goals. So I don't buy into this perception that we need to bring in someone that's not going to be at AFCON. I don't buy into that at all. In my opinion, that's just how I stand on things. Let me see. Let me see what that is. Big up, bro. Where did we get to? Big up the chat. Osimhen in on an attack would have a massive threat in the air for us. Also, imagine him scoring those headers from all those crosses coming in from the attacking fullbacks. I think Isak's good in the air. I think there's a lot of strikers that are actually good in the air. Big up, bro. Hope you're well. Smash the likes and subscribe, people. Yep. Big up to everyone in the chat with 3 likes away from 30. If you're new around here, we do daily Liverpool content, whether that is streams, videos, all that sort of good stuff. So if you're intrigued and you like the content, then make sure you subscribe and make sure you are liking to the channel. Isak news, we are getting into the Isak news very soon. We're just going through all the other little bits and bobs before we talk about the main topic. After GUEHI signing, bringing in a DM, i.e. Tchouaméni or Edison. Tchouaméni would be a dream. Did he play for Real Madrid yesterday? Did Tchouaméni play for Real Madrid? He started, in a back 3. Funny enough. Tchouaméni would be a dream target, mainly due to the fact of he can play centre-back, he can play as a DM, I believe he can play as an 8 as well. Like, this is a player that is still Tchouaméni. He's 25. This is a player that's still not really into his peak. And I would 100% take him. I just don't think Real Madrid sell him. And I think now with Xabi Alonso coming in with that versatile formations that he plays, where you can play him as a midfielder, can play him as a centre-back, that Alonso will want to do, I would be shocked if Liverpool Football Club try again for Shermany. Although maybe potentially, look, if he was to actually potentially become available, maybe Liverpool would reignite and revisit that. We have won games when we are players have been away at AFCON. Yeah, Liverpool have never really struggled when players have gone away at AFCON. They've always done really well. It's like that one in the quad season again. I go back to the quad season where we had FA Cup games. We had the Carabao Cup semi-finals. We also had big games in that period, as I can remember. And Liverpool did really well. Like I said, we had players like Oxlade-Chamberlain scoring goals. Fabinho was scoring goals. Virgil was stepping up. And obviously we also had the likes of obviously Jota stepping up at the club. Firmino. So Minamino as well, actually stepping up as well. Origi. Like, we've never really struggled away at AFCON, so I don't get the whole perception of like, oh my God, we need to go and get an attacker that's not going to be at AFCON, because but by that point, then okay, then so should we just knock out Sherman then? Big ups to everyone in the chat. If Arne gets these players signed Ederson, Isak for starting 11, add GUEHI, Hatta, we win the league title by March. I think we win the league title on day one. I just don't think, mate, if we made those signings of Ederson, Isak, also added in GUEHI and Asso, I don't see a world we do not win that league title. There is not a world and any other team is beating us the league. And that is an absolute fact. Absolute fact. Do you know what I mean? I think out of those, Ederson, I'm not really seeing any midfielders been linked to the club. Like, I've not seen any midfielders been linked. The only midfielders I'm seeing right now is players that are potentially leaving the club. You know, I just don't potentially see it, mate. If I'm for being honest with you. Good day, or Jadon Danzel will ever be an option, or will we just keep putting him out on loan? I think Jadon Danz is a very good talent. I think the thing is with Jadon Danz is you've got to look at the pecking order at the football club right now. Is it worth keeping a player of his qualities when we can send him out on loan? And to be fair to him, he tried to go out on loan to Plymouth, didn't he? That failed. He obviously went out on loan to Sunderland, but obviously he picked up. Was it a back injury Jadon Danz picked up? Well, that's the reason why he didn't actually end up fully going out on loan. So I like him. I just don't see a world where right now he doesn't really make it at Liverpool. You just look at the attackers that are there and the attackers that we're potentially going to be bringing in. I just don't see it, in my opinion. Sherman, he played centre back yesterday in a back three, and when they were attacking, he stepped into midfield. Quality baller. Sherman is a baller, man. He's still. I've said it for the longest time. I would have taken Sherman over Jude Bellingham. Mainly due to his versatility. He can play centre back. He can play in the midfield. He can play in the 8, and I feel like he has that animal. He can be a destroying 6. He can be a box to box. And he's got that capability of it. His passing range is very good. That's going to improve massively under Alonso. And he can actually score rockets. You look at that goal he scored against England for France in the quarterfinals of the World Cup. Like, that guy can do that on a regular if he wanted to. Schumann is a quality footballer. I just wonder whether Liverpool will ever reignite their interest. I mean, actually, I'm going to have a look. How many years does Schumann have left on his contract? How many years does Schumann have left on his contract? Guys, make sure you're smashing the like button. Get subscribing to the channel. We're on that road to 2,000. Schumann, has 3 years left. Yeah, no. If you had 2 years left, maybe in a year's time, if there's potential to think about contract negotiations, I could see potentially Liverpool maybe having an interest, but I very much doubt that, very much so. But yeah, big up to everyone in the chat. We need the Konate Diaz contract sorted out soon before the season starts. Latest, i.e., get them on new deals or sell them. I'm not one of these people where we need to be in the camp of, oh, right, that's it, they need to be sold. Because it is hard to, the players have to ultimately agree with the move. Liverpool can't just say, like, look, yeah, we're selling you. You have no choice in this. Like, they obviously have to accept it. For me, I'm keeping Konate. I'd rather lose Konate on a free than selling him for, let's say, 40 million. That's me personally. I'd rather keep Konate, lose him on a free, because is there anyone better than Ibrahim Konate that we can get for 40, 50 million? Probably not. Is Konate going to play a massive role in us winning the league title? Yes. Is he going to play a massive role in us winning trophies this season? Yes. Is his partnership with Virgil van Dijk one of the best in Europe? Yes. That's why I'd rather lose. We've lost players on a free. I would just rather lose them on a free transfer, me. And then we can spend the whole of next summer bringing in that big boy next centre-back that I would want to see at the football club. Big up to you, mates. Hope you're well. How many more players this summer window? How many more players do I think Liverpool sign? Is that what you're asking? I think Liverpool make... I think he makes... I'm in arms and arms about 2 or 3. I'm in arms and arms about 2 or 3. Who's finishing second, third, fourth, fifth in the table? As of right now, my Premier League predictions, my top 5 would be Liverpool first, Manchester City in second, Arsenal in third, Chelsea in fourth, Newcastle fifth. Edison isn't that good. People just judge them when they beat us. Let me see what. But yeah, guys, we've got the next. We're just going to catch up with the chat, and then we're going to speak about GUEHI and Jarell Quansah next. Liverpool, City, Newcastle, Villa. No Arsenal. Newcastle really does depend on signings for me. Any truth to Nunes and Keys a swap deal with Osimhen, 17 million. I mean, it was literally like one report that reported it. I think if more and more people reported it, I think it would be more on it. Edison is a beast of a DM. Him in a double pivot with Gravenberg will be. But then when do you play McAllister? Camavinga, Sherman. Camavinga is one of the best midfielders in the world. The guy is ridiculous. Yeah, again, it was literally reported by 1 or 2 people. It's hard to make a judgment whether if the resource was reliable. On low salary, Liverpool don't want to sell. We need Konate's contract sorted out, not Lucho. Yeah, 100% Konate is the more important one out of the 2. I think we're all on arms that we'd rather keep Konate more than Luis Diaz. According to the poll, it's very 50-50. Give Luis Diaz a new contract or sell. 55% of people saying new contract. 45% are saying sell. Camavinga, sure many ain't for sale. Edison is available though. how much are we talking about available though? Everyone is for sale if the proper money are being offered. Every player can be sold if you pay the money that the football club wants, and that's how it's always been. Every player is available if you pay the money right. If Konate don't sign any deal, don't want to be sold, put him in the reserves. So you'll put him in the reserves, but you don't want him. You want to sell him and potentially take 40 million there. Also about top 5, smash the likes, 20 more for 50. Yep, 20 more likes for 50 people. If you have not hit that like button, make sure you're smashing that like button. Kindly hit the likes. Whether you're watching on your iPad, your phone, your MacBook, your PlayStation, wherever you're watching on, make sure you're smashing that likes and you are subscribing to the channel. It is very much important you are doing so if you like your daily Liverpool content, of course. Isaac Etitike or Osimhen Rodrigo if he moves. Wait, are you asking at the 4? Is that what you're asking? If you're asking me that, my order would be Isaac, Rodrigo, Osimhen, Etitike. That for me would be my standpoints. What was I about to go to? Let's get some more into the chat. If Saudi come in, Diaz is gone, I can't lie. Yeah, mainly due to the fact I think Saudi could offer a resistible bid. My other signings would be Isaac, hopefully, then Hato. Yeah. I can't believe Brunswick signed a deal Everton. He has no ambition to win trophies. Yeah, I did see that. Call loyalty and lifestyle, maybe. Trophies aren't the only thoughts. But if you're based in that Brownway, all he's got to do is live 5 minutes away from the stadium, move to Anfield. How are you doing today? Big up to UncleRods TV. He's on the road to 5K. Big up to you, mate. Mate, if you're free to jump on, I can send you the link if you want to jump on, mate. I think Nunes and Diaz are going Saudi. That brings 130 and that pays for the Verts signing, mate. That pays for Alexander Isak, mate. Why would you give him a new contract when he can get Saudi to come in and buy him? Happy days. Big up Rods. Yeah, big up to Uncle all the time. If he's free, I'm going to hopefully see if he will come on the show. Isaac, everyone. Yep, just put Isaac in the bag. We should know by now he's coming to LFC. You've always had positivity about Isaac with Liverpool, haven't you? To be fair. What I can do is... yeah, if anyone wants to jump on, click the link. Liverpool is into running players down contracts once they are over 27 at age, low wages. They won't sell Diaz. So you're telling me Liverpool would rather lose Diaz on a free, just run down his contract than sell him? If you had 3 or 4 years left, I would hear it. But 2 years, I'm sorry, man. What? Yeah, but the thing, you can't talk about lifestyle if you say it's Everton. Like, let's be realistic. He lives in the same city as Liverpool. Everton is in the same city as literally Liverpool. His family may want to stay there, think a bit outside the football as well. Blue show would pay anything for a decent player to stay. It will be Osimhen. What, you think Osimhen's going to come to Liverpool? Really? You think Victor Osimhen is going to come to Liverpool Football Club? Is that what you're saying? Oh, there's some news on RV Edit's done an interview, by the way. He comes out and says, I think it's a decision that I need to sit down and just reflect and see what I really want to do. Yeah, I can't lie. It is yeah, he's gonna be sold. Yeah, I think Harvey Elliott does want to leave the club. I'm gonna be honest. Let me big up to Uncle, man. I've just texted him anyway, so if he's free to jump on, guys, you will get an Uncle Rod's collab. 90 more likes for 50, guys. Let's get these up, man. Come on. Big up to everyone in the chat. As always, everything Osimhen probably won't happen. If Konate was to be sold this summer, I wanted Branthwaite as his replacement to be backup. Really? I don't know why. You know, Everton would want stupid money because they're dealing with us. Gakpo can be sold before Diaz. Diaz on low wages. I'm keeping Gakpo over Diaz, me. We have offered 70 mil plus cash for both players they want. I just think Osimhen's so unlikely. I just don't see a world where we actually try and get him. I'm not saying Liverpool don't like him as a player or anything like that. I just don't personally see it. What's his wages? What Branthwaite? Everton. Should we have a look at his wages? Let's look at Everton. Branthwaite is on 35 grand a week. Oh wait, that he has signed a new deal, so that's not actually updated yet. I assume he's probably on about 70 grand a week. The fact that there's a lot of reports saying he wants to join us now makes me believe his head has already turned and we're on the position we want to be in with Isaac. I agree with you. Facts. All players have 2 years left should be offered new deals will be sold this summer. I'm trying to think who's got 2 years left. Joe Gomez, Diaz, Allison, Robertson. I think they're the only players that's under 2 years to go now. Elliott to Brighton 40 mil, get it done, use. I think we can get more than 40 million. I did see a report that Liverpool could potentially sell him, right? Sell Harvey Elliott for 40 million with a buyback or 50 just with no buyback. I'm intrigued to see what people will do there. Big up to views on Sport. Make sure you go and smash a like and subscribe on his channel. He's on that road to... are you on the road to 2K, mate? Are you on the road to 2K, I believe? Hopefully you can get 2K very soon. Because, yeah, I've just looked now. You are very close to 2,000 subscribers. If you haven't seen, did a show with him last week, where we spoke about like Liverpool and bits on Arsenal as well. So make sure you drop a subscription on him. Good guy, and we will be collabing very much in the future. So very important you do so on that. We're now less than 15 likes away from 50. Big up to everyone. Smash the likes. Big up to you, mate, always. I'm pretty sure it's Robbo's last year. Yes, it is. Rumour Branthwaite's on 150. 150? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh. You know what? That's his own fault. That's his own fault. That's his own fault, that is simply his own fault. Guys, I don't know if it's a bomber, but I want to get people's thoughts on this. We are going to come back to the Hatter talk real quick. Liverpool are one of the clubs in contact with Lyon for Malick Fofana after the French side offered to set a 60 million asking price. Now, didn't Fabrizio come out and say the other day that Nottingham Forest had an agreement? Am I right in saying that he said that they have an agreement? No? It's just basically, it's going to come down to whether the player ultimately wants to go or not. Let me try and find that. Because I know Fabrizio tweeted it the other day. However, now Malik Delaney has said that Liverpool are one of the clubs in contact over Malick Fofana with Lyon's asking price of 50 million. I'm sorry, I'm not paying 50 million when I can pay an extra 30 million and get Rodrigo. No. I'm not doing that. I'm not paying 50 million for a player when I could pay an extra 30 million and get Rodrigo. No. Not for me. Not for me. Sell Elliott to Brighton for 40 million on the understanding we can buy Belieber off them for 65. I just think that money. I think Belieber's a good player. I think this is how I would want to do it, right? I am happy with the attack if we're bringing in a striker, potentially a winger. I'd be happy with that. For me, next summer is about maybe bringing in a midfielder and a centre-back. I feel like the midfield's fine, good to go. Yeah, Fofana, man. I like Fofana from what I've seen, but I'm not paying 50 million quid when I can pay an extra 20, 30 million and get proven players, i.e. Gordon, i.e. Rodrigo. You know? The thing is, Lyon's price have got to go down because I'm sorry, you're in debt and you've just been relegated. Simicast to lease for 10 mil, get it done, as I've been reported. As that, Fabrizio's just tweeted, João Pedro's Chelsea official in 9 minutes. Why specifically 9 minutes? Jarell Quansah, as I just say. On Living Liverpool. Guys, let's get these likes up. We're now 15 away. Big up to everyone inside. Wednesday ESAC news. We're speaking on ESAC once we've got through the last couple of bits and bobs, mate, that there is to talk about. We're going to end the show talking about Alexander. See, this is what Jarell Quansah had to say about leaving Liverpool. From the moment I walked through the doors of the academy at 5 years old, I dreamed of one day wearing the Liverpool shirt at Anfield. 17 years later, I can say I lived that dream. Yeah, won the league. To my teammates, thank you for welcoming and pushing me and believing in me. I've learned so much from sharing the pitch and the dressing room with such an amazing people, and we will never forget the incredible memories we've had. To the staff, the coaches, and everyone behind the scenes, your belief and dedication have always been consistent source of motivation. You have helped me grow not only as a footballer but as a person as well, and to the fans who your support has always been unmatched, whether you're at Anfield or away from home. Hearing you sing never failed to inspire me. I will carry that with me whenever I go. Liverpool will always have a special place in my heart. It's not just a club, it's a family. This is a goodbye for now, but I'll be watching. Once a red, always a red. That's a kind message. That is a kind message. You know what? That was more kind than that flipping rats video. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that for free. Simple as that. If Brandtwaite is on 150k, what should Konate be on? And this is exactly why Konate is going to want a decent wage. When he's looking at people like Brandtwaite at Everton on 150, of course he's going to want minimum 200 grand. Fofana going Bournemouth. I think he goes to Forest ultimately. Sell it to a team outside of England like Italy. I mean, they're struggling to pay 40 million for Darwin Núñez. I'd rather not, to be honest, which is usually ruthless. So happy with him. Yep. But curl every wing on the market. What, even Rodrigo? Big up Quansah, yeah. Who's starting players sales now after Quansah being sold out? Go, i.e. Gomez, Robbo, Tsimikas, Elliott, Morton, Núñez, and Jota. I think Gomez will stay. I think Robertson will stay, actually. I think Tsimikas goes. Elliott will go. Chiesa will go. Morton will go. Núñez will go. And I think Jota is one of those ones where if an offer comes in, we accept. If not, I think the club are happy and content with keeping him, to be honest. Once a red, always a red. However, if this is on 200 grand a week, what should Konate? What's he saying? Konate shouldn't be on 200 grand a week, is that what he's saying? Guys, we're one like from 35. As soon as we get to, we'll make a deal. When we get to 35 likes, we'll talk on Mr. Alexander. Let me do some digging. 1 second, people. Yeah, I actually think that could be true. Now, where did I see my Isaac news? Yeah, by the way, Liverpool tried to sign Alexander Isaac from 2016. Man. For God's sakes, give me a sec. Right, so these obviously the stuff that's happened over the past 3 days. This is what Sky in Germany are saying. That Liverpool are currently focusing on 3 concrete names in their search for new number 9, Hugo Ekitike, Alexander Isak, Victor Osimhen. You know what? We're going to run a poll. The last poll of the stream. Hold on. Why would they let me start a poll then? Oh, for God's sakes. What have we done here? Who will Liverpool sign? Is it Isak? Is it Osimhen? Or is it Hugo Ekitike? Let me know who you think are the 3 names I'm going to put up as a poll. Will be Liverpool's new number 9. Big up to JP. Hope you're well, bro. Big up to you, mates. If you're free to jump on, bro, I'll send you the link. Osimhen's release clause expires in 2 weeks. Maybe Hughes can get him for less than 50. We will sign Billy Jr. That's not a bad shout. Like, I'm thinking about that report. Like, if Liverpool was to do an exchange package with Chiesa, would they be willing to more likely do that? Let's say give him, 10 mil plus these 2 attackers that we actually originally be planning to sell. That's actually a really, who said that? Steve. That's actually a really A really good shout, to be honest with you. That's a really, really. I did not know that. If that's actually to actually be the case on him. Let me see what the poll is saying. Who do the people think that he is going to be on number 9? Is it Hugo Ekitike? Is it Osimhen? Is it Alexander Isak? Who do you think? Let me know and get voting. So yeah, Isak is 50%, Osimhen 10%, Hugo Ekitike 40%. Oh, big up to JP on the stage. Hope you're well, bro. How are you, mate?
Big up for the big up to the chat as well. Nice. I'm good. Can't complain as always.
Yeah, I hope you are well, mate. What's your how's your day been and that?
Yeah, just in work chilling, for the while. The students in exams, so we just when the students in exams, you have a little free time just to supervise if you got an exam. So, free to hop on and chop it up.
Yeah, the fact that you're tuning in from work, mate, big up to yourself. What time is it in Trinidad?
It's now 9 o'clock in Trinidad.
What, in the morning or night?
Morning.
Morning. It's only 2 o'clock here in the UK.
Yeah.
So it's actually a decent time for us. No, because I actually think I always think oh, I always look forward to seeing JP in the chat, and I always remember it's when I start my live stream, it's like very early in the morning. So Darcy's gonna wake up. Darcy's gonna wake up and want to watch me on YouTube. But big up to yourself, mate. 50 more likes for 50 guys. Let's get these up. Let's get subscribing. JP is gonna have a channel very soon. I'm working on it.
Don't worry. Coming soon.
It is TBC.
Yeah.
TBC. What I was going to ask you to start off with, bro, what's your thoughts on the Luis Diaz news, if you've seen it?
Yeah, no, he's not for sale. As I said before, you don't change a winning formula unless you going to get an upgrade, right?
Yeah.
And until you can show me a winger that is better than Luis Diaz, then I'm all for it. If you can't replace Diaz with, because remember he's Premier League proven, he is comfortable with the team, he knows what he's versatile, he can play 2 positions, right? So he's a Premier League champion. He won a major trophy. I'm not sure if he won major trophies in Portugal with Porto,
Yeah, he
but
won the
I
league,
know.
I think.
Yeah, he's proven in terms of being one of the best left wingers in the world right now, and to me, he has roughly 2 more years because he's now coming into his prime. This is the prime years and stuff and things. So unless you could show me someone who is going to be an upgrade for him, I am in full agreement with the decision that the club made that he's not for sale, and I am okay with that Luis Diaz news because he's an excellent talent. He was vital. Him and Gakpo, the dynamic him and Gakpo has with the interchanging on the left side and the contributing, they both of them together is equivalent to Salah on the right wing, right? And if you take out half of the puzzle, then you need to make sure you're getting somebody with quality who come in to hit the ground running. All right, so I'm okay with the club's decision for him not being for sale because he's a good left winger in my opinion.
Like, does it not concern you though that he has got 2 years left on his deal and Liverpool are willing to let him go down for free?
Well, so this as I said before, 2 years on a contract is still good. So you're trying to get him to buy into the project and for him to understand that he needs to prove. So let's say Luis Diaz has a similar season last year or even better, right? Than like this season, he have a similar season or even better next season, right? Would you be willing to pay him what he wants to extend his contract for 2 more years?
For me personally, I'd rather sell him.
Right. And that's because a lot of people I feel like with Diaz, a lot of people so it's like the Sadio Mane for me, like he's underappreciated at Liverpool at times because to me, it was the same feeling I used to get with Sadio Mane, although Sadio Mane was a lot better than Luis Diaz. I just felt like nobody really kind of gave that love like how they give the Salah to Sadio Mane, and Mane was to me on par with Salah, and I think that's that was the reason why Mane started to dip because he's putting in, if not the same work as Salah, but Salah has a song, and then what people didn't realize that Mane was getting the same amount of goals as Salah without penalties, right? And Mane was saying, well, how come Salah have a song and I don't really, my song not belling out in Anfield and we basically doing the same things. And it's a kind of similar feeling with Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz is not the goal scoring GA kind of output guy, but he's good on the ball. He relieves pressure. He gets fouls. He helps us to come out of tight situations. So everybody's skill set is different in the team. And as I said before, I would keep Luis Diaz for 2 more years, and then if he goes on a free, then fine. But he has two more good seasons for us under his belt if he continues to go and do the same things he's doing and he stays injury free, right? But for me, I wouldn't give up what I am sure I am going to get, which is a quality left winger who can put in performances, right? Who has the skill set that he has to relieve pressure from the team. And what Liverpool fans need to realize is that with the inclusion of Wirtz now, Luis Diaz is going to be even more free going against his defenders. So he will be 1v1. And Luis Diaz 1v1 against a defender, it's lights out every time, right? So I mean, it's just the financial situation that we worry about with the contract, whether he going for free or whatnot. But I understand why the club making their decision because he's a quality left winger, and if the club says he's not for sale, it means that we value him. They value him just like how I value Luis Diaz in my team.
The thing is, look, I think Luis Diaz is a good player. And a lot of people in the chat always think I seem to want him to be gone. I'm not, like, I want Luis Diaz to stay.
Yeah,
and I've said this sentence many times. I want Luis Diaz to stay at the football club. But I'm looking at a player that's got 2 years left on his contract that's going to want a pay rise in very much certainly. Is he going to be happy with running down his contract for 2 years on 55 grand a week? Probably not. Hence why he's talking to other clubs. He said he's talking to other clubs. He's willing to leave Liverpool because he wants that bit of a pay rise. He wants to be appreciated on the wage. And I like Luis Diaz. I think he's had a fantastic season. He worked hard. I thought his numbers were terrific and brilliant. I like the interchange between him and Cody Gakpo that I saw. However, I'm just looking at a player that we can get for the price of 80 million and we can reinvest that and go and get a Rodrigo for basically none of the same price who's looking to probably leave Real Madrid. Anthony Gordon's a name. Well, not I know a lot of people don't like, but I rate him. And we talk about letting players run down their contracts and stuff like that. But apparently everyone's happy with Luis Diaz doing it.
Yeah,
If I said to you,
I mean,
sell Luis Diaz for Rodrigo, are you doing it?
Yeah, for sure.
Are you selling Luis Diaz for Anthony
Because
Gordon?
yeah, because it's an upgrade. So Rodrigo is an upgrade to Diaz, and Gordon, I would say, is on par with Diaz, right? But there is more potential for growth with Gordon rather than Diaz. So Gordon is going on the up, and Diaz is here, and he's going to come in and then come down, right? So Rodrigo is ideal, right? Because he's a complete upgrade to Diaz, and he's more clinical than Diaz. All right, so he has the same skill sets, and he has a good finish on him. So for me, that's what I said. If we can get that deal done, then I would move on Diaz. But if you just want to sell Diaz without getting that deal done, then I will say no, because we will actually be taking away some of our weapons and skill sets of our team by selling Diaz without bringing in a replacement just as good as him or even an upgrade. So that's my fear, and that's my stance on the whole Diaz thing. We have one of the best left wingers in the world, Luis Diaz, right? So as for me, I would say Kvaratskhelia, Rodrigo, Vinny, Leao on his day, right? And then Luis Diaz, right? There is no other less. So he's in the top 5 wingers in the world, right? Rafinha, people we could say Rafinha, but Rafinha is more of the right winger. So the reason why Rafinha plays on the left is because Yamal is there, right? So I'm not counting anybody asking why I'm not counting Rafinha there is because Rafinha had to change his position for Barcelona because I'm saying he's versatile, he can play on both wings. But I'm just going with strictly left wingers, right? And Diaz is in the top 5 in the world for me, right? So why would you want to
Really?
get rid of a top 5 left winger and and replace him with
Wait,
someone
so
who's not?
you think Diaz is the left wingers and right wingers? You think he's in the top 5?
No, just left wingers only. Just left wingers.
Oh, I was gonna say
Right?
that.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
left
yeah.
wingers. Right? So we just strictly talking left wingers. Right? Me personally, as much as I love Gakpo, I would prefer Diaz to play on the left wing over Gakpo. Right? So me personally, in the left wing department, Diaz is in the top 5 in the world.
Mm-hmm. For me, my top 5 wingers in the world
Left
in
wingers.
on left wing, players that I have above Luis Diaz.
Right.
Is but Kvaratskhelia,
For sure.
Vinny Jr.,
For sure. Given.
Rafinha. Is Rodrigo better than him right now? Based off this season,
Yeah.
I think Diaz had a better season, but I think
Yeah.
overall you're paying for the future of Rodrigo and the
Yeah.
talent that he has.
If you take away the season, Rodrigo is better than him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People seem to forget that last season, every man and his dog wanted Luis Diaz gone. Last season they did. When we got links with Anthony Gordon, everyone was like, "Oh my god, Diaz, sod off, mate!" Because last season he got 8 goals and 5 assists, and everyone thought that was just not good enough. What happens if Diaz goes and scores 8 goals and 5 assists again next season, and he doesn't get 13 and 5 or better numbers?
Yeah.
These are things that we have to look at, chat. Do you know what I mean? These are things that we have to take into consideration. Like, I get the love that Luis Diaz has, but we can have a conversation. Do you know what I mean? What's your No, go on,
how
bro.
many ballers does Liverpool have? No, like when I mean
Are we
baller,
talking ballers as in like, oh
yeah,
my God,
like
I love watching them play?
yeah, love watching them play. Like you would
Do you class Salah as a baller?
I wouldn't class Salah as a baller, but he's I love watching him play. So Salah's skill set is
For me,
different. So for me, Liverpool only has two bowlers right now, which is
who?
Diaz and Woods.
McAllister?
McAllister, he's
McAllister's a baller, man.
yeah, he's a bowler, but he's more like that technician. That so like a bowler is somebody who pulling out the tricks and the flicks and he could get past his players and you understand. So McAllister is more like a technician bowler. So when I mean bowler is in a because bowler is a full is a wide scale, right? So McAllister is a bowler. I'm talking about that person like Vinny Jr., Ronaldinho, right, or Robinho, that like a Messi who could get up make you're not going to see McAllister dribbling past five people, right? You understand what I say, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Coutinho was that bowler for us, right? So Wirtz. So Liverpool only has really two bowlers as of now, which is Wirtz and Salah's speed and agility helps him to get through and thing. And Salah, by that definition, to Salah. So we have three bowlers then. So we have Salah, Diaz, and Wirtz, right? Everybody else technical, technician. So you're not so you will be surprised if you see Gakpo run through a team and score. You wouldn't be surprised if you see Diaz and Salah and Virch run through five players and score a goal, right? So that's the kind of talent that you need on your squad if you want to win the big trophies. And if you get rid of Diaz to bring somebody who's direct, right, then you're taking away that unpredictability in your squad. All right. So
Mm-hmm.
those South Americans, man, they just have something about them,
Okay,
right?
then.
So,
Here's a question. Gakpo or Diaz, who are you keeping?
um, so again, the reason why I feel this way is because I just looking at the present, right? So I'm just looking at the present right now. So, right, but for that, if I take away the present and you just tell me I have to keep one, I would have to say Gakpo because Gakpo is more clinical than Diaz. So I trust Gakpo in his finishing, over Diaz, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it means in the clutch games, Gakpo will be able to finish his chances over Diaz. All right. But in the present, what Luis Diaz gives you is possession. He's very difficult to take off the ball. He draws fouls, so he will give the team a breather in which they need it if they are under pressure and that kind of stuff and thing, right? So for me, Gakpo has more time to develop and I just find Gakpo is a little more direct and I just put in his finishing just above Diaz for now. And remember, as with Voods and thing coming into the squad, we're gonna get a lot more chances, and we need players who could finish the football now. All right, so to answer that question, I would say Gakpo.
For me, I think Gakpo, there's not many left wingers like Cody Gakpo in the sense of where I think he's efficient at what he does on the football pitch. There is wingers like Diaz that we can get that does have the pace, the electricity, the trickery about him, where he can take a man on, beat a man, have a shot. There's many wingers like that. There's only many wingers like Cody Gakpo who's more about technique and ability in the way he passes and crosses a ball, gets into the positions that's required. For me, I'm keeping Cody Gakpo over Luis Diaz. But what I wanted to get your thoughts on, would this be a deal you'd be open arms to?
What will be what?
So this is a report that Liverpool have offered a swap package of Darwin Núñez, Federico Chiesa, and 70 mil for Victor Osimhen. Are you doing it or not?
Yeah. That's two problems. That's two problems gone, and we get a quality striker.
I'm not one of the. Everyone's moaning about his. Everyone's moaning about his. Him gonna have to be going to AFCON. I personally don't understand it. Because by that logic, we should never sign African footballers again then. Because they're going to have to go to AFCON in every 2 years. And what is our AFCON record like? We always do well when our players go away. There's always players that step up.
Yeah.
The past two AFCONs, the past AFCON, we had Darwin Núñez scoring winners at Forest. We had players like Diogo Jota stepping up. The previous AFCON, we had players like Fabinho scoring goals away at Palace. Oxlade-Chamberlain scoring goals. You know, stepping up. We always find a way to step up when Mohamed Salah goes away from AFCON. McAllister can chip in as well. Wirtz is going to be able to chip in. And if Diaz stays, Diaz will stay. Whoever our striker is, he will be able to help. You know? I don't want these people where, like, we should get concerned over players going to AFCON. Is Osimhen, where would you rank Osimhen in your strikers you want to see come to the club?
Second, I think any three of these strikers we bring in on the list that you had up previously, we win the league. I just think Osimhen and Etetike will not help us win the Champions League. All right. And that's why I want Isak. That's why Isak is priority and first. Right. But any of the three strikers there will definitely help us win the league. Right. But Champions League is a different pressure. And when you reach the latter stages, you need to be proven and clinical. And I mean, Osimhen has Champions League experience, but not at the top level or proven at the highest. And Etetike is a project striker. So Isak, even though Isak doesn't have the experience in the Champions League at the highest, like semifinals, quarterfinals, and stuff, he is a bagsman and he is cool. So it means that he will perform on the highest level because he has that personality to want to be the big boy, want to be the striker. He wants to be the person to stamp his authority on the pitch. And when you have an attitude like that, you will perform in the high pressure situations, right? So that's why Isak would be number one, because with him, we win the league and high percentage of a chance to win the Champions League. But with the other two, Osimhen and Etetike, I just only seeing the league. I wouldn't be confident going in with those as my strikers in the Champions League.
I've just seen a clip of Florian Wirtz jumping off a cliff.
Huh?
What? Let me share this screen and we'll bring this back.
That's AI.
I've just seen a clip. Florian Wirtz is jumping off a cliff. Let's have a look at this. He's just jumped off the cliff. Look. What happens if that goes wrong and he lands about there? That's his leg broke.
Is that Wirtz, though?
Yeah, it is. Look, it's actually Florian Wirtz. Look. I think the camera zooms in on him. Yeah. That's Florian Wirtz, look.
No.
I know he's excited about the Liverpool.
Yeah.
I know he's excited, yeah. So
Maybe it's an old footage, you know. I'm not sure, yeah.
look,
But
he's
yeah,
there, yeah. What
yeah,
happens if that goes horribly wrong and he lands like there? That's his leg
yeah,
broke.
yeah.
Yo, Verts, man, we don't need you doing this to us. Like, come on, man. You know, just just take it easy, innit?
Yeah,
Yeah, don't get injured, man. We don't want this. Smash the likes and subscribe Big up, lads.
yeah. Let me
Yeah,
let me just let me just
N90 gets a lot of love. I mean, not
yeah, let me
N90,
let me
JP
just
gets.
address something with CJ, right? Um so in terms of the ballers talk, right? Because this is for CJ, because I saw he saying in chat that saying so there's context to that ballers, right? So a baller there, a footballer is a baller, right? So you have to remember that. So Van Dijk is a baller, Luis Diaz is a baller, all of them are ballers, right? So the baller, in terms of the aspect and the context that I'm speaking of, is how many players or ballers we have on the team that could run past and dribble like Ronaldinho. Now, Salah has that ability, and that ability is due to his speed, his agility, and he's good. That's why I kind of corrected and said, well, Salah thing. But Luis Diaz has a kind of the South American flair, where it's kind of like a Ronaldinho, Robinho, Rodrigo, and it's kind of innate and natural, right? And you see that with Coutinho, and Verts is in that kind of similar mold, right? So we understand that Salah is a world-class player and things. So just to try to address that with CJ there, in terms of trying to understand the context that we're talking about, and yeah, just to clear the air there with not saying that, because when Footy said that McAllister is a bowler, I agreed with him, right? But I would not see McAllister running through five guys and then scoring a goal. You understand what I mean, right? But in the midfield, as a technician, spraying passes, beating a man and sending the true ball, yeah, baller, right? Modric, baller, Cruz, baller, right? But the aspect or the context that we're talking about, I can't see Cruz doing what Ronaldinho doing. All right. And that's why I want to keep Diaz, because we need that type of bowler in our squad to give us a variety of ways and different ways to play. So I just hope I kind of clear up that with CJ there to kind of answer that aspect as to that whole Diaz situation.
The thing is, right?
Big up CJ chat to you.
Yeah, he's always in the chat. The thing is for me, and this is my kind of like thought process that I've said for some time. When I define a baller, I like plays that look really good on the eye, get me off my seat. Salah gets me off my seat with what he can do. But when I look at ballers, I'm looking at skillful players, your Ronaldinho's, Neymar's, Vinny Jr., players like that. Then you got the next caliber, which are just all-round good quality footballers who can be skilled from time to time, like your Mohamed Salahs, etc. of this world. But no, I do get with what you're saying there, bro, about that. What else did I see regarding Liverpool news? That apparently Al Nassr, to be fair, are actually willing to potentially come in for Mr. Lucho. That Fabrizio here saying an important proposal could follow from Al Nassr for Diaz. I think this is going to be really interesting as to whether Liverpool sell him or not. Because I think if we sell him from that standpoint of view, and then I think, me personally, he might actually be sold. If Al Nassr do come in with a good enough bid, You know, what's
Yeah.
the bid that would? How much would you sell him for?
Diaz?
Yeah.
Yeah, 80 million. Anything between 72 and 80 million.
Yeah. For me, I'm taking 70 million. And I'm running all the way to what's his name? I'm running all the way to Real Madrid, and I'm saying, yo,
Yeah. Yeah.
how much do you want for what's his name? Yeah, calm.
Rodrigo.
There you go. Here's the money. Do you know what I mean?
But isn't there reports with Rodrigo saying he wants to fight for his place in Real Madrid?
Was there is reports on that from what I've seen. However, I've also seen reports that potentially he wants to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Hence why you have got like your Arsenals,
Mm-hmm.
etc. interested. I don't know. I think Rodrigo is a really interesting one. I
Yeah.
really don't know. I really don't know.
Hey,
Do you,
Footy, just give me 3 minutes, right? I'll be back in 3 minutes. Okay.
yeah, bro. Right, we'll catch up with the chats. Big up to Indian Scouser in the house. Smash the likes and subscribe, people. If you've not hit that like button, make sure you're subscribing if you want to stay up to date with the latest Liverpool content. This time in the window, facts. Selling Pedro to Chelsea's done from Brighton. Rodrigo's not an upgrade, apparently. Oh yeah, these are just the baller comments. Feel very underwhelmed. But if you got offered Osimhen, would you feel underwhelmed? Would you feel underwhelmed if you got offered Osimhen? Go to PSG and get Barcola. They want 100 million. Slowly moving forward. I think we only get Fofana if he's less than 50 million. But then there's reports we want a world-class type winger. But then Fofana's not that yet. Liverpool signing is about TK. First TK should be priority. Yep. Smash like and subscribe. Big up to PL Champs. Hashtag 20, you know. Osimhen's a dub. Yep. Is there no more Isaac news? From what I've seen, that is the latest on Isaac that Liverpool, again, are basically kind of just waiting to see what's going to happen between him with Newcastle. So I suppose we are just going to have to ultimately kind of just wait and see, really, as to what's going to happen there. Let me load up something. See what the chance. 100 mil for someone who's versatile and young on paper compared to an 18 mil Rodrigo can't even start. Well, to be fair, he is playing with Mbappe and Vinny Jr. So I would, me personally, give him the somewhat the benefit of the doubt in that aspect. Oh, what was I going to bring up? That was it. By the way, Madarash, what is it? What was that I saw about Madarash Philly? Yeah, Madashvili, by the way, guys, is on his way to Liverpool. Apparently, Crystal Palace wants 65 mil for GUEHI. Yeah, nah, sorry. Goodbye. Yeah, he is, in fact, Madashvili is on his way to Liverpool. That is confirmed. So yeah, he'll go and do all his like media announcements and all that. So he'll get announced. He'll probably get announced probably like when Friday or something. But PSG tend to rotate more, and to be fair, Carrara's only just come in. Whether that really looks like Donovan off Wish. Does he? Oh yeah. Oh god. Oh god. Let's end the poll list. Yeah, Isaac. Yeah, he's winning the vote by 51%. To Hugo Ekitike's 43. Yeah, big up to everyone that is subscribing and smashing the likes on the channel. Very important you do so. Yeah, we're all sorted on that. His name's Longs as well. Yeah. Do you have the link? Yeah, I do have the link, mates. I think Uncle Rods is going to be very excited to see who's also on the show. Oh, wait, it just says on his picture, doesn't it? Yeah, there's the link, mates. Big up Rods. Yeah, big up Uncle Rods every time. Big up to Uncle every single time. Smash the likes and subscribe to Uncle Rods. JP's got a channel coming soon. It's going to be good. It is going to be good. Right, while Uncle comes on, is it actually? Right, I'll be back in one sec while Uncle comes on. Big up to yourself, bro.
What are you saying, family? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Are you?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Went down the doctors with my pops, with the old fella, to get his blood test and all that. So I said, like, you know what, when I come back, I'll jump on. You know what I mean? And here I am. Here I am, my friend.
Yeah, big up to yourself, mate. Hope you and the pops and the family are all doing well.
Yeah, we're getting there. Just apart from this little cough I just got.
I think I've got tonsillitis, me.
Is it?
Yeah, my tonsils are hurting bad today. And for like an idiot, I've decided to do a nearly 2-hour stream talking. I don't think that's going to do it any good.
Yeah, nah, man. The exercises, the tonsils, man. You'll be all right. You'll be all right.
Yeah, I've just been drinking like loads of water.
Yeah, just get some. Try and get some antibiotics from the doctor to kill the infection. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my girlfriend's picking me some up, so
that's good. That's good. Good.
Yeah, because I can't lie. When I woke up this morning and took a sip of water,
pain.
It was horrible. It was horrible.
Yeah,
like nah.
Yeah, it's not good.
Like, yeah, it ain't good. I think I'm doing too many shows, but I don't want to stop.
Listen, it's good to talk about football. We're in a good space at the moment with Liverpool. Do you know what I mean?
But I feel like I'm addicted.
Yeah,
I'm in that like thing now where like when I'm making content, I don't want to stop. I actually just genuinely do not want to stop one bit.
It's once you get into it and start talking, and you know, and the chat starts interacting with you and stuff, you know, it's hard not to. You just like it's, you know, I said it's addictive. You know what I mean? You know,
I think it's
especially-
just because I really want 2K
yeah, and you're
as
getting
well.
it. You're getting no
I'm
doubt.
pushing. I need no, because I feel bad for the chat because like I didn't do a 1K sub special like most people.
Yeah,
Like, and I need to make up for it. So when I get to 2K, I will do it for the people. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Rods was acting sus apparently, apparently he was acting sus.
Acting sus. When? Yesterday.
Yeah,
When? What?
apparently he was acting sus according to CJ.
No, because he was. You know it was because I wasn't agreeing with him about Arnie Slot.
Oh, fair.
I was telling him facts about Arnie Slot, and he, you know what I mean, he didn't align with his opinion. So you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is
Like,
because because people got to understand wrong. If it's wrong, how was I moving sus then?
what slot thing? He said.
Okay, so how am I moving? So if it's not slot, what is it? You can't
Big
come
up-
and say that I was moving sus and not tell me what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, big up Antico. You know what I mean? Big up Antico.
He say, man. Guys, we're 9 likes away from 50, so let's try and push towards 50 likes if possible. We've got JP's just sorting out something. We've got Uncle on the show. There's every reason to be liking it and subscribing. I'll get your link in the title actually.
Yeah, cool.
Have you got any shows today, mate?
No, I'm taking a day off, so I'm just gonna if I'm invited on a show, I'll go. Oh yes, JP, what's going on?
Big up, Uncle Rods. I was here earlier. I just had to step away for 3 minutes, but I'm back. How are you going, man?
You okay? Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I just had to take my dad to the doctors. You know what I mean? What's this? I asked how big it is.
What?
Pause to us. What is that? Yeah, because you asked me yesterday. He goes, "How big is it?" And I thought, "What are you talking about?" Imagine that day, right? Yeah. JP, imagine that day, right? I asked you, yeah, how big is it, right? You're gonna say to yourself, well, we attack. What are you talking about? All now the man ain't telling me what you're talking about, you know. Can't tell me I'm acting sus, bro. Bro, take a look in the mirror, bro. Take a look in the mirror. You don't ask bad man them questions there. Anyway, listen. Yeah, so if anybody asks me to go on the show, I'll jump on, but taking like a day off today still. Do you know what I mean? I should be back tomorrow and Friday. I've got a show lined up with Ends and what's it called? Jamie. Got a show with Ends.
I'm gonna have to tune in for that. I will be watching.
Yeah, it's gonna be jokes. It's gonna be jokes.
When's that show?
That is Friday, 6 o'clock in the evening.
I'm getting my popcorn ready for that. I'm gonna say to my girlfriend, look, listen, yeah, you can go and watch your true crime, your flipping get dressed TV shows. I'm watching Uncle Rod's, Jamie and Ends on Friday, 6 o'clock. So
yeah, should be a cracker.
I'll be doing that. You know what I mean? Oh God, that show will actually be Jamie Phillips.
Yeah, Jamie Phillips. Yeah,
honestly, that guy cracks me up, man.
Yeah, I've known him for a long time. And like we used to do shows together, but you know,
go and watch Love Island. Hey, don't this Love Island until you've watched it.
Nah, not really feeling that, but yeah, fair play though. But no, we used to do shows together a lot back in the day. But like, you know, sometimes you grow apart, and then it just takes something for you to come back again, back again. But yeah, done a few shows with him in the past and that. And he was on Saturday night late, or Saturday night stroke Sunday morning. He was on late, and you know, when in his chat, big him up and all that. And he said, yeah, man, big up Uncle Roz and that. And he goes, we're going to have to start doing some shows together. I'm going to get him back on my channel. Because you see, what he wants to do is coming up to the, when the season starts, he wants to start doing some shows where he's hooking up with the old school people. You know what I mean? People he's got in the past and stuff. So he's got some ideas. He's got some good ideas. He had Dan Potts in his show the other day as well, which was a good show.
I'm gonna try and message him, see if he'll come on, because I would love to get him on.
I think he will, you know.
I would love to get him on. CJ says, I feel like I'll just be like, God, if I was on a show with Coppice, Jamie, Rods, and Donu Sam, I can't lie, I'd be like the little. You'll like it'd be like hanging out with all your older brothers. I'll just be like the little younger brother, just being like, you know.
Listen, I'll tell you something. If you're on a show, so it was me, Coppish, and Jamie, and you, right? Their mans at the day will get you involved. They will get you involved. They want to sort of like, you know.
Yeah, and honestly, when I watch their content, they've always been top guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They won't talk
Don't
around.
worry, it happens soon, man.
Yeah. They'll get you involved. They will
they will get involved. Yeah. It just takes time to because I remember when we drew with Manu 2-2, Ends had a reaction stream, and I came on with Jamie was there, K-Mac, G, I think Drifty from Coppish, and who was the other one? Well, Ends obviously there, and there was one other person as well.
Savage.
And it wasn't any YouTuber. It wasn't Osimhen, but it was like a random fan as well.
Yeah.
Right. And that discussion was real good. And you know, I felt like you felt like you were in the presence of Liverpool YouTuber royalty, because you're listening to these guys and they sharing the same opinions with you and
yes.
that kind of stuff and thing. And it's good. It was good that Ends had that show, and that's why I kind of anybody had a thing, I hopped on to their channels and, you know, have discussions. And Footy, you're not far. Well, I'm not saying like far. You are similar to those guys.
Look, I've got a long way to go.
That's why not in terms of subscribers and stuff, but like in terms of your presence, that's why I hop on this stream, right? I look at a lot of Liverpool content, and I don't hop onto certain streams because of thing, right? So the fact that I'm on your stream, it means that you are similar to those guys, and it's a kind of respecting. It's a kind of, you know, we could disagree on certain things, but we respectful and thing, right? And that's how it is.
JP, let me cut you to a second, right? Are you excuse me, are you on WhatsApp?
Yeah.
Put your WhatsApp number in the private chat.
In the private chat? Okay.
Yeah, and I'll store it in mine. So whenever I do a show, I can sort of like, I can message you and say that if you're free, and obviously you can jump on. Do you know what I mean? Put it in the private chat now, and I can think. But yeah, because you know what it is, Footy. Let me show you something. Yeah, a person can have way more subscribers than you, and probably be more prestige than you. But then the way you construct your shows could be just as good as them. Do you understand what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, it's like, it doesn't matter if sort of like a person's got like more subscribers than you. It doesn't matter if the person's probably more prestige than you as such. Do you know what I mean? Like, the way a lot of people know him and blah, 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 and this and that, right? Yeah. But if you construct your show, right, just as good as them, right, you'll be recognized as well. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. I was speaking to Ends the other day, right, and I said, the good thing, what I like about people like Cal, right, when they when they sort of like do a show and you got them on the show, right? They'll make you feel that you're the most important person there. It's not about them, it's about you. That's how they do it. That's why I love doing content with Cal, because it's not about him, it's about you. You know what I mean? It's about how can I elevate you? You know what I mean? You understand me?
Yeah.
And listen, that's what I'm trying to say. If you was on the show and it was like me, Coppish, and Jamie, they'll make you feel so welcome and be unbelievable. They wouldn't leave you out. They'll get you involved.
No, I'm not saying they wouldn't leave me out. What I'm trying to say is, like, for me, I'm not saying I would feel like daunted, because I think for me, I just have a level of respect for people that have been in this game longer than me. Do you know what I mean? When it comes to like Jamie, I know he's been doing YouTube for years. Same with Coppish as well. Like, they've been doing content for time. Do you know what I mean? The one thing what I always notice about Cal and why I have a respect for him, I know Drifty and Matt are like very busy, but the one thing with Cal is that guy goes on a lot of content creators streams.
Yes.
Like I think yesterday, I can't remember if it was yesterday or the day before. I think he was on
Monday.
he was on your show. He went on Never a Foul. I think he did his own show. It's like, if he's doing his own show, then he's also doing other streams as well. That's why you've got to, commend the work ethic. I like Donu Sam. I think he's a good guy, me. You should do a stream with Football Story. Who is that? I have no idea who that is yet. I would love to do that sort of type of show. I think us. Go on, bro.
You know that Monday alone, when he done a show with me, he done 5 shows that day. He done 5 shows in one day. You know what I mean? He was on my show. No, actually, remember he done a show before me, didn't he? The morning.
Yeah, I know he did Never a Foul, because I actually watched that stream where he went on Never a Foul.
Right.
And I think he said that he thinks Isaac will actually sign. And then he did Donu Sam as well.
Right. So basically, he started off with his show in the morning, morning meet up. Then he done my show. Then after that he done Never Foul. Then he done sort of like Donna San, didn't he? Donna San, yeah. That's 4 already, yeah. Then he done like he done the Monday night show. He done the Monday night show, right? And in between him going on Monty's show, he done Cal Sanderson's show. Yeah. That's 6. And then he done months. He's done 7 shows. He done 7 shows.
I did 5 shows in one day. I was dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do a show with Rants and Bants. The thing is, with Rants and Bants, I don't think I'd even want to do a football show.
Yeah.
Like, because I like Rance's personality and like his humor. So I would probably I'd rather do like a different style of content with Rance rather than talk about football. But I'd love to collab with him. Do you know who he is, Uncle Rods?
Yeah, I know Rance. Yeah, but
this guy, this football dude. Apparently, he's an Irish Liverpool fan.
What, Liverpool Story? No, I don't.
Yeah, I don't know who he is. Have you ever done work with Donu Sam?
I've been in the show twice. I've done the show twice, and he got a panel together. I was on them twice. This is about 2 years ago. I think it's 2 years ago. Yeah, about 2 years ago. You know what I mean? But like, he's big now, boy.
Yeah, he's on like 50k subs now.
Yeah, he's rised up. A lot of hard work.
That's the one thing you have got to work.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be uploading my first TikTok today.
Yeah.
Get on the TikTok grind as well.
I'm gonna as well.
Yeah, get on the TikTok as well because it helps with the channel. I've seen a lot of people talk about.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll do it on Facebook. I don't know. I don't really use Facebook, if I'm being honest. Not really a Facebook kind of guy. But
No.
go on.
No, I guess I was about to say I've with Facebook. I stopped using Facebook a long time. I go in it now and again, but Facebook's not for me really. Used to be back in the day, but nah, not for me.
Yeah, not for me.
Yeah. Facebook is up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, and for me too, right? That's what I'm saying. Like me personally, that's why I respect what you guys do. Me personally, I don't think I will be up to the standard where I could get to all those subscribers, especially with the Liverpool content page, because of the fact that I know the work that goes into it and my schedule and my time. So that's why, for me personally, it's not really about subscribers and stuff. It's about connecting with other Liverpool fans and sharing the success with other people from around the world, right? You know, look, you in the UK, I'm in Trinidad and Tobago, and we share the same sentiments and we share certain views and stuff. And that's what it's about. So like let's say next year I'm coming in England to watch a game in Anfield. I'll say footy. I will be in England. I'm gonna watch a game. You live in Liverpool, right? Footy.
No, my granddad does, but I live about an hour away.
But what? Yeah. So what I'm saying is, I'm going to take a game. We could probably bounce up in real life, you know, go and take a little drink, you know, something, chop it up there, and that kind of, because you're connecting with people. And that kind of stuff and thing. And just to think with Uncle Rod's point, I remember because I watch Coppish and I watch certain content on YouTube, and I remember there was a call-in show, and I immediately, when I saw Uncle Rod's on the show, I was like, hey boy, this man talking some good sense. This is the Liverpool fan that, because you have a lot of emotional fans that they come on and they just rant and they're not analyzing the game and stuff. And I was like, hey boy, this Uncle Rod's, he talking some good shit here, man, right? and then when Carl said, guys, Uncle Rod's, he's a servant of Liverpool for years, show some love for his channel. I immediately said, well, all right, yeah, go, and I subscribe to Uncle Rod's because he's a content creator that talking sense, and I would want to, if I go on YouTube, I want to listen to what the men who talking sense think. You can't. So, for instance, I respect every Liverpool player, but there are some Liverpool content creators that don't want to talk about the real issues and real problems. And you can't tell me that Darwin Núñez is a great forward for Liverpool when there are obvious errors and things that he's been making. So when I give an opinion and saying that he's not good enough and he has got enough time, you can't be vexed with our opinion. You could disagree with it, but you can't be vexed with our opinion because and the opinion, especially when the opinion is going to the facts. Darwin Núñez has missed the most open chances for any Liverpool forward ever at the club, right? So when I give an opinion of that and say, well, he's not the striker, it means that I'm talking valid facts. So you can't say, well, oh, what is the system, and say Fernando Torres in the system would have been scoring goals. Suarez in the system would have been scoring goals. Fowler, Baruch, or all the good forwards that we have would have been scoring goals. So that's why I told you, Footy, when I saw you for the first time and you go into your transfers and your content, I say, let me hop on one time because this guy talking some good sense, and that's the fans that I want to connect with and I want to chop up discussions with, because we all are Liverpool fans and we share in the success of Liverpool right now, right? So this season is a lot of happiness coming, guys. Uncle Rod's, you'll be streaming plenty. You'll be streaming plenty, Footy, because there's a lot of happiness happening. right? Because we're going to be winning some major trophies for the next couple of years. And that's why me coming on to the channels and stuff is to kind of sharing that happiness with others. And think you don't have to go on a man YouTube channel and cuss him because you disagree with a certain player and that kind of stuff and things. So that's how it is. So as long as you guys continue to do your collaboration and stuff, your channels will grow bit by bit, because the people that watching footy will watch you, Uncle Roz, and the people that watching, and then by I give it like about a year footy and you're on Hussam channel.
You know what it is? You know what it is? You know, if I even touch on the sort of like Darwin Núñez at the day, right? When I tried to explain Darwin Núñez situation with Darwin Núñez, I tried to explain it in a way that everybody would understand and everybody should really agree with. You know what I mean? Yeah. Darwin Núñez is not a bad player. Yeah. What it is that the English game is not suited to it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I think at the end of the day it's too fast and too physical for him. Do you know what I mean? Where he has that split second to think, yeah, right? He goes making the wrong decision. Do you know what I mean? Now, he goes to Italy, where it's a bit more slower pace and they deal with sort of like more the technical side of it, right? He's going to cook in Italy. That's what I would love to see him do in Italy, because I know he's going to cook. But the English football is not suited to everybody. Do you know what I mean? So if you come to England and you flop, yeah, right? Whether you're midfield, look at Sebastian Veron. Look at Veron. In Italy, he was doing bits. He's one of the top midfielders in Europe. Yeah. Came to England. Yeah. He came to England, and all of a sudden it's fast, it's physical. He don't get enough time to make his passes and all sorts. He couldn't do it. He ended up going what? He went to Chelsea for 15 million. Then from Chelsea, he went wherever. I don't know wherever he went. But the English game is not for everybody. So even if you flop in England, it doesn't mean you're crap. It just means that this is not suited to you. Don't try and apply your trade somewhere else at the day, right? And get your career back on up. However, if you go somewhere else, yeah, and you still flop, yeah, well then obviously it's the obvious, isn't it? It's the obvious about you. But I reckon that Darwin Núñez goes to Italy or even Spain or Portugal, yeah, even France, and I reckon he cooks.
He cooks, yeah.
I reckon he cooks. Just that the English game is not for him. It's too fast, and it's too physical for him, and he can't make his mind up in time of what to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Aston
Villa at the end of the day was a prime example of like how sort of like how my mind is as a footballer. Aston Villa, when he missed that goal, was just wide open. We could have won the game. You know what I mean? And, he missed it. He missed it. So I wish him all the luck in his future career, but just not at Liverpool, because I just don't think it's happened for you in England. I just don't think it's happening for you.
Yeah, and just to add a little bit to that too as well, right? Because everything Uncle Rod said was spot on, and you see when people give opinions without experiences or to understand how a player felt, how a player feels, and to me, me playing at the semi-professional level here in Trinidad and experiencing the type of pressures and stuff, not at a high level, but like it's the same football you're playing. There were teams that I would have played in that I would have started out, I would have felt comfortable playing in. And then when you get a transfer to a bigger team, the same chances I put in away, you're under pressure because this team requires that from you every game week 1 to game week 18. You have to give that same intensity and stuff. So a Fulham player playing in Fulham wouldn't get the pressure as a player playing for Liverpool, right? Nice. And that is a key to for you being a Liverpool player or not, if you could handle the pressure that comes with being a Liverpool player. So when I say you are not a Liverpool player, I'm not saying that you are not good. I'm just saying that you cannot handle the pressure of being the Liverpool number 9. You were in Benfica, you were cooking, right? Because Benfica is nobody watching Benfica. Nobody care about Benfica, so Benfica could win whatever they want. Nobody really cares about that. Nobody watches the Portugal League and that kind of stuff and thing as much as the Premier League. But now that every day eyes are on you, even training eyes are on you, right? So it means that you have to get over that pressure, play with confidence, and play at the high level as consistently as you can. And if you can't do that, then you're not at the standard of being a Liverpool forward or a big player, a big club forward, right? Because the Mbappes, the Fernando Torres, the Suarez, all the best strikers in the world, they used to handle the pressure in any game, big game, small game, medium game, no game, they handle any pressure, right? So that is one of the key factors as to why, another key factor as to why Darwin Núñez didn't succeed, because he couldn't handle the pressure. I would always go back to the game Uncle Rods and Footy, if you all could remember, when we were down 1-0 to Newcastle with 10 men. I think this was 2 seasons ago, or the last season of the club. And Núñez came on in about 50 minutes ago and scored 2 wonders, two worldies, right? And that is a sign of a good player. It's just the next 4 games he missed sitters, right? So you showed us that you can do it, and then the next 4 games they give you a chance and you miss sitters. Right, so it means that 1 in 5, you are not a Liverpool player. You are a Fulham player, because that's what a Fulham player does, or a mid-table. I'm not disrespecting Fulham, but a mid-table team striker does. He scores 1 in 5. For Liverpool, you need to score at least 4 in 5, or if not 5 in 5, right? Because they go in for major trophies, right? So that was just another factor that just handling the pressure, and Núñez can't handle the pressure for playing for a big club now, because he was young, he's lacking confidence. But I have no doubt that if he puts his head down, he keeps working hard, he gets some experience as he gets older, he could still manage to be one of the best strikers in the world, right? So I have no doubt about that. But just not here at Liverpool. When we look into strike, we can't trust you anymore, so you have to move on.
There's standards obviously at Liverpool Football Club, and he's just not reaching it. So go and apply your trade at another club, you know what I mean, where you can sort of get your career back on track. You know what I mean? That's what it is. You know what I mean? It's not the fact that any Darwin hate, because I always feel in this football atmosphere, people are so quick to say, you know what I mean, like hate. You know what I mean? You're hating on something. You're hating on something. When you're not. It's like, when sort of when I had my feelings about Slot at the beginning, before when he was announced that he's going to be coming into the club, people thought I hated him. I was trying to explain to people, I don't hate him. I just think he should be at the club because he hasn't got the experience required. Right. Now he's coming. He's proven me wrong. He's proven me wrong. He's won the league. Yeah. Now, what I want you to do now is keep on proving me wrong. Don't stop there. Keep on proving me wrong. You know what I mean? It was never the fact of a hatred to Slot. It was never a fact of that. It was just the fact that I didn't feel that from what sort of Klopp had done for Liverpool Football Club. You know what I mean? And it got them back on track. It got them back to that bastion of and stuff. You know what I mean? He got them back. And to follow it with somebody that didn't really have that experience, you know what I mean? Yeah. And the only thing he's really done in there was win sort of Eredivisie and touch ticket and dates. Come on now. There's good players that come out of there, but it's not a good league. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that was my only gripe, as it were. I didn't hate sort of Slot. didn't dislike him because I don't know him. So how can I hate someone I don't know? Do you know what I mean? That's just ignorant. Do you know what I mean? So I always feel that people are quick to throw these things out. If you say something like if you say something negative towards a player, it could be it's negative, but it's factual. You know what I mean? It's factual.
You're not allowed to be negative in these sort of days. People take a hint at it. Look at Arsenal fan base. People say Lee Gunner's negative and people don't like it. That's just his opinions and views.
Well, a lot of the things that he says, if you listen to Lee Gunner, a lot of the things that Lee Gunner says is facts. He knows what he's talking about. You know what I mean? I know him, you know, because I've been on a stream with him, right? And I watch his stuff. He knows what he's talking about. He's talking facts. Do you know what I mean? He's not that sort of person in the day that's going to whitewash his team. You know, if they're doing well, if they do well, yeah, he'll praise them for doing well. But if they're doing shit, he'll criticize them, and that's a proper sport. And he gives you facts. He even gives you facts about our team, like Liverpool. He'll give facts about Liverpool. Like, he will say some things about Liverpool that, like, I think, right, I didn't know that. You know what I mean? And that's me as a fan, you know. That's me as a Liverpool fan, and an Arsenal person, an Arsenal guy telling me something that I didn't know about Liverpool. You know, in fact, you didn't know. I'm like, right, I didn't know that. And when you research it, in the day, right, you think, fuck me, he's right. He's right. Do you understand what I'm saying? When he talks about Bob Plaisy in the day, right, how many trophies he won in the day in 9 years? 18 trophies he's won in 9 years. Do you know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm saying? And it's like, listen, you know, you cannot, you know what it is? You cannot, in this space in the day, what I find out is you cannot criticize anything. If you criticize anything, right, you're seen as negative and you're seen as a hater. And you think, fuck. Do you actually know what that word means, hater? Do you know what I mean? You know? What was it? I'm not supposed to have an opinion now. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, listen, at the end of the day, right? The job that you're doing, Footy Reacts today is immaculate, mate. It's brilliant.
Appreciate it.
Right? It's brilliant. Right? I want a comedy show if you want good. It's brilliant.
Are you gonna come on my 24-hour show? Yeah.
I don't know about that, you know. I don't know about that. That's a bit too far. That's a bit too far. I like you. That's a bit too far.
What I am gonna do when I do that 24-hour show, I'm gonna try and get as many people as I can possible throughout the 24 hours. Because otherwise,
I get
24 hours. What I might do is get 5 people on. They all chat for an hour, and I go and have a kip for half an hour.
Yeah, I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm not feeling that. You might not come back. You know what I mean? Where's Footy's a snoring? Yeah, I might come up for an hour. You know what I mean?
That 24-hour. Oh no!
I'll come up for an hour. But
I don't know why I said. I don't know why I said I'll do it.
It's too late now to back out, you know.
Is it?
Out. Yeah, it is actually. I'm afraid so, fella.
Now, what we should do is, JP, did you put your number in the chat?
Yeah, I did.
He did.
We'll have to make a WhatsApp group with N90.
Yeah.
Because obviously, get him involved and all that. Do you know what I mean? You know, the 4 Avengers.
Yeah, man. Because he does some N90. He does some good content as well. You know what I mean?
I'm crapping myself because he needs less than 15 subs as I'm showing that whiskey clip.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Listen, bro, I'm gonna restart my computer because I got some shit at the bottom here. Some stuff at the bottom. I don't know what it is.
Huh?
It's flashing at the bottom, right at the bottom here. You know what I mean? So
what do you stream on, laptop or computer?
Laptop.
I stream on laptop, yeah.
I'm gonna restart this, yeah. And I will be back. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We're back.
What did I do? There we go. Guys, Luis Diaz. I think, it's going to be interesting as to what's going to happen. For people who haven't seen, let's just hope, Mr. Verts is not jumping in cliffs anytime soon. Because I'm not being funny here. Look at the way he's actually going head first.
Yeah. Come
Let's
on,
let's not have no neck injuries, mate.
Yeah.
We need you. We need you fit for the season. We can't be having you in hospital. Do you know what I mean? Can't be having that. Lads, apparently Newcastle want Jokeres. Is that true? Why? Let's actually have a look at some Newcastle transfer news because I think it's actually important to see what they're doing. So yeah, apparently Newcastle have shown interest in Simmons. However, he doesn't want to join them. Oh God! He only wants Tottenham. Apparently, what? Yo.
Wow.
Newcastle are poised to pull off a coup signing by former Liverpool prospect Isaac Moore, and that was from the Mail. Yeah, apparently Simmons is struggling to find a new club, but apparently he doesn't want to join Newcastle. Newcastle are ready to make a move for Marseille centre-back Leonardo Ballardi. Newcastle exploring that. Yeah, guys, if you guys need the cash, just let us know. Newcastle are keen on a move from Liverpool this summer. With Newcastle and the clubs interested. Harvey Elliott, where do you think he's gonna go, JP?
Yeah, he will stay in the Premier League, but I mean Newcastle is a good. If I were him, I would, tend to, because that's Champions League football, and you get into play at a high level rather than you go into some place like Bournemouth or Brighton. But for him right now, it's just consistency. Playing at the high level, and Premier League football is one of the best leagues in the world. So once he goes to a decent team in the Premier League, that's a good place for him.
Yeah, I feel like he's either going to go to Brighton or Newcastle. Do you think Harvey Elliott could be used in a swap deal?
Yeah, but how often do we see swap deals?
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
I think
you
that's
don't
a
really see
game,
him.
that's a FIFA or EFC kind of thing. You don't really see that type of transfer in
No,
the real world, basically,
no,
or
you don't.
not that I know of.
No, to be fair, you are correct. You don't really see them really happen, if I'm being honest, in a sense of swap deals and stuff like that. By the way, guys, we're 8 likes from 50, and we're 4 subscribers from 1,720. So if you've not hit that like button, make sure you are subscribing to the channel. Very, very important. You are all doing so, as daily content on the channel regularly. Do you know what I mean? We're here every single day, talking about the Reds all the time. Wait, lads are playing. What's that? He's finished, lads in shallow water. Yeah, we can't be having no more Verts. We don't know Verts injuries, do we, guys? No Verts injuries. Anything more you want to talk about, JP, regarding the Reds before we wrap up and everything?
Yeah, not really. I mean, we got the big sign inverts over the line. Me personally, just waiting for that center back and that striker to come in now, right? So I mean, that's supposed to be our main focus right now. I think the spine of the team is still there. we made additions to already winning Premier League squad, and now it's just to fine tune it with cover at centre back and to get a good goal scorer, right? So as I said before, Isaac, Osimhen, or Etetike, any one of them coming in, rate the dive. That was a 2 out of 10 votes, right? On that dive, right? But yeah, as I said before, any one of those strikers come in, I think we retain the Premier League next season. But I want Isaac because I want Champions League as well. I'm being greedy in this time, right? And in order to get Champions League, we need to have a clinical striker on top. All right. So yeah, that was just it basically there. If you have anything else, think about that.
Yeah. Here's the last question. How would you rate the Verts dive, Antike?
Yeah, that's
7.
the one that we just saw, right? And
I'm going 10 because he didn't get hurt. That doesn't mean do it again.
Yeah, so once he don't get hurt, 10. All right, fair. We'll go with that. Once he don't get hurt, 10. Don't know why he has a yacht and he jumping over there. He could just go on the boat and jump off the boat. But all right, do whatever you want to. Just don't get injured.
Yeah, no more injuries. But yeah, guys, I did upload a video this morning about Luis Diaz. If you want to go and check my thoughts on a bite-sized version, I'm gonna also upload a button of shorts later, and also follow me on TikTok if you haven't already. So if anyone is on TikTok, my TikTok is literally my YouTube name, footyreactstv. That is the TikTok. First TikTok will be uploaded later today, and we're on the road to 1,000 followers.
Yeah.
On that. So yeah, big up to everyone that is watching. It's very, very important. You do so. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Big up the chat. Big up to Auntie. She said, take it easy, lads. Big up to you. People, if you're watching back on the replay, make sure you're smashing the like button and you are subscribing. Daily shows, daily videos every single day throughout the summer. We've been doing it for the past 2 months. And we're going to continue to do so. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching. Take care.
Bye, guys.
The Reds. Isaac. Make the decision, mate. Take care, everyone.
Yeah, man.